Alright, so we're going to be working on the trap and roll, or what's called the upa today. So there's dozens and dozens of ways to do this, but we're just going to do a few today. So if she's down, one of the ways for self-defense is I can be choking with two hands, or I can be choking with one. So if I'm choking with one, she would have to take me this way. If I'm choking with two, she has an option of going either way. So one thing when I'm choking here, the hand position that she would want to get in would be more on the elbow and then on the wrist. Now this hand is no thumb like that, and it's stopping me from posting my hand out, so I can't put a base. And this hand is stopping me from, like over one side, from pulling me away. So this whole side, and this is curled a lot in, this is stopping me from pulling that hand out. In the meantime, that foot is kind of walking in or biting into my foot real hard. Now this leg is in a position close to her hips, like real close to her body, and making sure my foot's not on it. And then the whole thing she's going to do is just lift her hips and then move the head out of the way and knock me down. Now what we do from here is another story, but let's try that one last time. So again, she gets that position behind the elbow, and there. Hooks the foot, turns the head, and goes. So, we didn't talk about this, but moving the head, that's important, because if she doesn't move the head slow, like my weight goes onto her neck, so she wants to move the head off and do that. Another way we can do that is if I'm in this low position like this with my arm under her head. Now she's trapping on her own head with her hand, and her elbow should be pinched up tight into here so that I can't pull that arm out. You can maybe put the head down low, just so I can't post that hand right low. And put your head right on the ground pretty much, yeah. Now, she's hugging the back, biting into this foot, and then reaches for the sky and lifts the hips up. And then we go over. And then, another option we could do. If I had the intention to punch her, she can get me, she doesn't want me here, definitely. So a couple things she could do. She could come up to get me and bear hug and use the feet to pull me down, or she could bump up her hips and I fall down. One thing to remember on that is when I fall, she wants to turn her head so I don't fall on her face. And then sometimes more skilled jiu-jitsu people will, and in regular jiu-jitsu they're not going to punch, but when she bumps up her hips, they'll ride like this. Now if they do, she can bump up and push with her knee. Yeah, and then we fall. Now she kind of ratchets her way up my back, and she can even grab the shoulders, like go up on both shoulders. Some people do it this way where they're just holding the shoulders, but this one's going to hug the back, and this one bites that arm, and then she bites the foot and reaches and lifts up the hip for the trap and roll. So real quick, let me just show you a couple other ideas. A lot of times, like if someone's up in this position, I'll just try to get to this position and do it. Sometimes I'll do like a little sneaky trick. There's a lot of these to show, but like I'll bite the foot, but then I'll just start moving my body this way, and then we're jumping go, just to leave a space for her to fall into. And another one I do, which really, I don't know if it's officially a trap and roll, but if I can get her down and get this arm across the body, I'll hold that hand and go underneath and take the rope that way. Now I have to watch out here, because if I do this, she'll get me in a triangle. So when I get out of there, I take that hand out or put the other one in to go for the over-under tap, or the double under taps. So a lot of people don't do the trap and roll because they feel that elbow escape is easier. Maybe it is. But the advantage of the trap and roll is if you're successful at the trap and roll, you go from the bottom to on top. You know, so you switch the whole fight around. So, and also on the punch block one, if I go over and as soon as I do it, she should be hugging me right now. Either there or around the back. Like even here. So either way, there's no opportunity for her to, or for me to hit her. So there's some basics of the trap and roll of the upa.